So I wanted to start today's video on the outside of the car because I wanted you to hear the wind. I'm going to take that windsock off. So this is what a high wind day is in quartzsite. Moderately high. I mean, the camera's not even locked down there. That's not a good idea. Now it's locked down. So you can hear the wind blowing across the microphone. That's intentional. I wanted you to hear it. And it's about 20 miles per hour sustained, meaning we'll get gusts up in 30 to 40 miles per hour. So I'm going to go into town, but I'm going to drive around and kind of show you what things look like when it's a windy day. And if I guess right, you're not going to see a whole heck of a lot of people out and about. But maybe I'm wrong. We'll find out together. And Dottie, she's here. All right. Yeah. Okay. Get down. All right, so the first thing you should see a little bit of is dust blowing around. I don't see any right at the moment, but hopefully you will. The strongest, these trees are pretty resistant to wind. They're short, squat, stiff, but occasionally you'll see flags, and that'll really tell you what the wind's doing. I see a couple off in the distance. I don't know how clear they're going to be to you on the screen, depending on what size screen you have. But so far, not a lot of people hanging out outside. People, when this happens, they tend to hunker down inside their rigs. And I think we've got one more day of this, I think tomorrow, and then it'll be back to normal on Friday. But it was like this most of the day yesterday, so there's a 3-day stretch, which is, that happens. You get 3 days in a row, there's a lot of wind, not a lot of socializing, and people are pretty ready to go outside and walk and talk to their neighbors after it's over. That'll be Friday. I'm gonna point it towards all these flags over there straight ahead. You can see blowing pretty seriously. I'm gonna go probably pretty deep into here. I'm not gonna do my regular route. I'm gonna go pretty far back into La Posa South here. We're gonna go into town and we'll go pick up my repaired propane tank. I'm scanning both sides of the road to see if I see a single person outside, and so far, not one. Not a soul. And look at all the rigs out here. It's pretty crowded. See a couple of flags there on the left. So let's see what the Weather Channel is saying the current wind speed is. It's at peak right now, 20 miles per hour. See a lot of dust right in front of us off in the distance there. Now as we circle around, go down the main road and go by the dumpster and the dump station, I don't think you can count those people. They kind of have to get outside to take care of their business. After the windstorm's over, one of the things you notice in the first couple of days is trash near your site, and people are encouraged to pick it up, throw it away. I mean, it's usually not anyone's fault in particular, but pieces of trash get away from people. I've had a piece of trash get away from me and I didn't have a prayer of catching it. Wind takes it and you can run and you still can't catch it. Won't go quite as far as the magic circle. Really? What's the magic circle? Well, that is the official clothing optional part of the LTVA South here, La Posa South. Yep, they're naked people there. I've never really been in there. There's the adage that any clothing optional venue that you go to, chances are you're going to be seeing naked people that you might not want to see. Not a lot of bodybuilders and swimsuit models frequent those things. Straight ahead here is the old lick cactus. It's a gathering spot for quite a few years. I'm not sure that they're still doing anything there. The founder, Patrick, is not here this year. And you might notice in getting to the main road here, I'm only having to go across this one gentle little wash right here in front of us. And this is the way to get big rigs in without going through washes that might not be a good idea. You know, I think I gave directions on how to get to this crossing point. And I said it's by a vault toilet. And I was wrong. I'm looking for the vault toilet. There is no vault toilet. It's right pretty much towards the end of the pavement. Right as it turns into, the pavement turns into a dirt road. That's where you turn in, where I just came out of it. The vault toilet's up here a ways. Still, I have not seen a single person outside. And it's probably about close to 70 degrees. I see a doggy outside. No, there's 2 guys. 3 guys. All right, we saw 3 guys outside. They're doing some kind of maintenance or repair on a rig there. But 3 guys. That's a pretty long time before I saw somebody. And the left here and the right, those are the water stations, and the dump station doesn't count. Doesn't count. They have to be out of there. They have to be out there to take care of what they're taking care of. And then there are the dumpsters on the right. Little line up here on the left for the dump station for the black and gray tank dumps. And here's some dust. There you go. This is the dirt and dust in the air. You kind of get acclimated to it when you're staying out here. And it's kind of, I want to chuckle when people comment on, you know, you're on video and you've got stuff, debris on your shirt. It kind of comes with the territory when you live in the desert. Live in the desert and have pets, you're going to have debris on your shirt. I had a makeup and wardrobe person, but I had to let him go. Of course, kidding. I never had a makeup and wardrobe person. Some big time YouTubers do. They have people that do makeup and lighting and wardrobe and primping and all kinds of stuff. There's some people that are real serious about it. I'm not one of them. Here's somebody out on a bicycle, a trike. Brave soul, battling the elements. It's a good thing. One good thing about a trike, you're not going to wipe out in it. I mean, I guess you could, but it's a lot harder. A 2-wheeled e-bike, you can wipe out. There's a guy outside messing with his solar panels. He's outside. Here's another one. Yeah, guess how I know? I've wiped out more than once on my bike. Every accident I've had has been relatively slow-mo, so I didn't really hurt myself. I just looked over at Dottie, and she's curled up on the seat sleeping. And as I looked over, I realized, hell, I transported people last night to dinner, so I took her bed and everything out, and I forgot to put it back in. She doesn't seem to care. She's fine. But when we stop, I'm going to get her bed out of the back and put it back in there, because she's not high enough to be able to see out the window, and I know she likes seeing out the window. Yeah, you see those flags just flapping away. I saw another bike up there. I don't know if you caught it. It went quick between 2 rigs on the right. But this gives you, and we're getting to the exit here, this gives you an idea of how really closed down the place gets when it gets windy. It's still a beautiful day, you know. It's, like I said, it's probably close to 70 degrees. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But what do we see? 4 or 5 people out that whole trip, and been going for at least, what, 10 minutes. What are you doing over there, Dottie? He's looking at me like, Dad, where's my bed? Yeah, honestly, she doesn't. She's staring at me because she doesn't seem to care about not having the bed. But I will fix her up anyway when we get into town. There's somebody out in a wheelchair right there. He's out and about. And then there's a walker. Look at this. Looks like a power walker. That's a woman that's walking with purpose. That's closed today because today's Wednesday. They're closed on Wednesdays and Thursdays at La Posa South. But if you need to go to an office, right across the road there is La Posa Tyson Wash, and they are open. How can I tell? When the flag's up, the office is open. When the flag's down, the office is closed. Extreme fire danger today. That sign has been up all season, and it's the first time I've ever seen that in the years I've been coming here. So it tells you how extraordinarily dry it is. Here in Quartzsite. And I've been thinking about what are the dangers here if a lot of this brush catches on fire. And my first thought is, well, I'm not really... Whoa! All right. This is a little risky what I'm doing right now, but thank God I had that thing tethered because I did not lose that camera. And I didn't damage it.
The life-threatening and destructive Santa Ana wind.
All right. So I'm going to pull a little bit further off here. So I can just take a quick look, another quick look at the camera. You know what? Everything looks really great. It's a tough camera. So that'll make for a little bit of drama. Rob loses his double suction cup rig. But smartly, I'm so glad I decided to do that. I had it tethered to the windshield wiper, so it came off and it was just dangling by the side, didn't hit the ground. So I'm gonna guess that might have been some exciting footage for us. I'm not sure why I put the suction cups on last night. I'm not sure why they both came loose. But I wonder if who was more surprised, you or me. So for a while, I'm not going to have any idea what that looks like when it goes flying off. But you know, it's right in almost the center of my vision, so it's not like there was any chance I was going to miss it flying off there. Wow. So I think what I'm going to do up here is I'm going to go through Tyson Wells. That's where all the vendor tents are. And we'll see, but often if there are high winds, these vendors will close down. And you'll be able to tell if the sides of the tents are all buttoned up. I don't know if this is sufficient to shut them down, but I've seen the whole place shut down before just because of winds similar to this. So we'll see. And that could be good information for you if you're here and it's a windy day and you go, well, I'll go into Tyson Wells and go to see the vendors. They may not be there. You know, so I gotta say confess that the thing I thought when I realized the camera had tumbled off was, oh God, I hope the tether held. And then secondly, I hope the camera stayed on the mount. Because there's 2 points of failure there. There's where the camera attaches to the mount, and then there's the mount that attaches to the top of the car with the suction cups. And it's dual, it's 2 suction cups. Roadwork starting 1/7, and that's yesterday. Proceed with caution. And I gotta believe they're referring to something that's on 95 between here and Parker. Well, you know, a good place to find out about that kind of stuff is Facebook quartzsite chatter. There are a lot of people, there are thousands of people on it, so you do have to put up with a certain amount of nonsense. But it's worth it because there's lots of good information, lots of good people on there. And it's my go-to place to find out what's happening in quartzsite, like right now. I mean, if there's an accident, quartzsite chatter, if there's a big accident that affects traffic, it'll be on quartzsite chatter before it's on any of your GPS stuff or news or anything. Okay, so let's see. It's looking fairly normal and open to me. So, yeah, people are still selling. So I don't see anybody that looks like they're shutting down. Nope, they're open for business. Plenty busy here. So I guess what I'm thinking of, there are certainly worst windstorms that we're talking right now, 20 mile an hour sustained. There are days I can remember where it was more like 50 and then gusts of 70. That's when, for sure, they shut these places down. But 20 mile an hour sustained, nope. Looks like everybody that I see is open for business. Now, not everybody, the kitchen store looks like it's closed. That is closed. There's no opening in the place right next to it there. I don't know what that's called, but that is closed as well. So those are the only 2 places that look closed down to me. Now, a big deal also, the Big Tent, the RTR Rubber Champ Rendezvous. There's also the Rock and Gem show, which I don't know that much about, but go on over to RV or TV, Russ, and he just put out a video on that. He goes into a lot more detail. He knows a lot about it. And he for YouTube, quartzsite YouTube, Russ is my go-to guy for YouTube for quartzsite content. definitely, when I pick up the propane tank, I'll definitely recheck that mount. Boy, I really thought I had attached it down there nice and tight, but apparently not. You know, I don't feel, I don't as much fear damaging it, because I bought damage protection. I could damage it and get it replaced for free. I fear damaging and losing it, not being able to recover it. Then I'm on my own. I have to buy a new one out of my pocket. I think these are it's a DJI Action 5, and I think it's $300, maybe $400. I'm not sure. I'm thinking $300, but I'm not positive. So we're just going all the way through Tyson Wells. We're still on Kuhn Street. We're going to come up here. We're going to go through an intersection where you can go over and get on Interstate 10. And we're going to go straight through that and past Love's on our left. And then we'll be at RV Lifestyles, and we're going to go in back where their propane sales are, and we'll see, did he replace the valve, how much will it cost me. RV Lifestyles. I wonder if this means that they also sell these, I don't know if you'd call those mobile homes or park models. I guess park models technically, because they got wheels and a hitch. I think that makes it a park model. If it's, I think, 400 square feet, less than 400 square feet, I think the max is by law is $399, call it that. Not totally sure. I wonder if they sell these things. See, lots of signs. Propane in back. If you don't know where the propane is once you get here, you're not paying attention. Propano. Windows tax, you don't want to have the engine running by the propane. Hey.
How you doing?
Good. I'm the guy that left the tank for you that was leaking.
It. No. Oh, right here.
So it was a bad valve, huh?
Yes, it was.
Wow, and it's only about 3 or 4 years old.
Well,
what's the date on it?
21. But I've had newer ones than that go to shit.
Really?
Yep.
Really? And it just all of a sudden goes, huh?
Yep. And
it was freaking me out when I shut it off, and I'm still hearing.
Oh yeah, that's bad shit.
Yeah, that scared me a little bit. Okay, what do I owe you?
$64.94. It's 16 for the. No wait, it was 4.7 gallons. make sure I did that right. 4.7. And then valve replacement, 64.94. Yep.
There you go.
But you won't have any more problems with that, I'll tell you.
Good. Yeah, I was at first. I was like, "What do I do? This is like a bomb. what do I do with it?"
Well, 90% of the campers and stuff that burn up, I mean, it's either electric or
Sure.
propane.
Yeah, I've got automatic fire suppression like behind the fridge and everything, and in my electrical compartment. But not going to help a lot with that kind of catastrophic.
No. I've seen one of those blow up, well, 3 years ago this year. A guy put a 100-pound cylinder. He had it filled over to the pit, and I campered across the street at Scenic Road. They filled it, put it in his old Dodge Caravan. He pulled down to the exit, pulled out, went across the 2 lanes, got into that center lane, lit a cigarette. They either didn't shut the valve tight or the bleeder.
And it blew?
And it blew the roof right off.
Oh.
We're like 6 trailers down from where it blew, and I thought my tanks blew up on the front. It just vibrated.
Years ago, before I was camping and I'd do a barbecue thing, the propane place would say, "You can't put that in the passenger compartment. It's illegal." It was in Texas, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Dottie, we're going to be safe now.
Oh, yes. I even I got some special stuff to spray around it, and I checked everything, so
Thank you.
he's good to go.
All right. Now, Dottie, I promised you I'd put your bed back. So get up on the console. Go on. Or come down here. That's fine. You can come down here. All right. We're going to get your bed. Okay, I'm gonna put you back on your bed. There you go. Good girl. All right, sorry guys, it's taken such a long time, but I had to secure everything in the back and put Dottie's bed back together. Right, Dottie? And we're gonna go and get some water since we're in town. So I'm sure I left the microphone on so you could hear our conversation. And he said he definitely looked at the valve and the valve was bad. But that story you told, holy mackerel, can you imagine? What happened to the guy couldn't have been good. That was another reason not to smoke. Wow. And of course, my propane is carried in the back of the pickup truck. to avoid any kind of spark or anything, I use milk crates. I put them in milk crates when I travels back there. So they fit tightly into the milk crates. Even if they slide around a little bit, you're not going to get any metal on metal banging that would potentially create a spark. And certainly I don't smoke. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up here to the Loves, and we're going to make a left and go over the Interstate 10 into that mobile station where I always get the water. And then we'll drive through town. And I'm thinking, is there anything I want to get? I think maybe for dinner. You know, the other day I bought some nice chicken. Oh, you know what? I need to buy Dottie food. So we need to go to Coyote. So we'll get something for dinner too there, but I need to buy a hamburger for Dottie and some vegetables. So I bought chicken breast, and I got some brown rice and some mushrooms, and I cooked it in the Instant Pot, and I screwed it up. I overcooked the chicken. It was terrible, and it was a waste of money. And I did a couple of packets, vacuum sealed a couple of packets, and I think they're still in the fridge. I'm just gonna throw them out. It was horrible. You know, cooked it for way too long. Would have been nice if I followed some kind of recipe instead of just doing my usual 10 minutes. Stringy and tasteless chicken. So the first thing I'll do is I'm going to pull into here and get the water, then we'll go to Coyote Fresh. And I'll have a little job to do tomorrow afternoon. Cooking Dottie's dinner. We're down to her last bag. Those vacuum sealed bags that I do with her burgers. Not burgers, but hamburger meat and vegetable. All right.
How's it going?
Hi. So hopefully the change won't fall through. It didn't, so it's going to work. And there it goes. This is the site of a man saving 25 cents. What do I mean by that? I mean, if you look at the sign here, it says 5 gallons for $1, 1 gallon for 25 cents. This is a 6-gallon container, so that should cost me $1.25, right? But no, it doesn't. It'll give you 6 plus here for $1. And it's the only one in town I'm aware of that it does that. So I saved 25 cents. And this is the look of a man saving 25 cents. You know, it's funny, I'm like looking at the sign going, it says dog park. Where the heck is there a dog park? And right behind the truck, they have a little dog park now. Never noticed that. For all I know, it's been there for years. So, FYI, this is the how much time it takes to fill 6 gallons worth of water at one of these places. It's reverse osmosis water. And there we are. Back on the hatches there. 48 pounds. Now, double checking. Looks pretty good to me. I think what I need to do when I get back is I need to clean the clean the hood and clean the suction cups for the next trip so that doesn't happen again. All right, we're off. We are off, Dottie. She's in her bed now. Are you happy? You got your bed back and you can see out the window? But you're not looking out the window, you're just looking at me. Probably because I'm talking to you. So, to get to Coyote, we just head east on Main Street here. ×3 family restaurant, the green place on the right. Nice restaurant, I recommend it. McDonald's is on your right here. A little hard to see from here, but there's McDonald's there. And then after that is the Pilot truck stop. There's the quartzsite police. Outback Pizza, we're just passing on the left here, but to get to that, you're going right beside there to the parking lot, or you can go in this way and go around back, either way. And then there's the Yacht Club Bar and Grill. It actually is an official yacht club. Don't ask me how, but it is. I'm actually a member. So you get membership to like 1,000 affiliate yacht clubs throughout the world. It's a pretty strange deal. Up here we see the yellow tank on the left. K&B Tools is back there. It's this. They have two. They have one here and one in Tyson Wells. And over by K&B Tools is AJ's Discount Market. And Stagecoach Restaurant on the left. That's a good Chinese restaurant. Highly recommend. Dollar General on the right. And next to Dollar General is Big Market Hardware. It's a pretty robust hardware store in town. Oh, the camels are here. The camels have arrived. Those that doubt me, I'm going to pull in here and I'm going to show you the camels. I don't think I can drive in there, but I wonder if there's any way to get over there. Well, I'll go down here and turn around and see if there's any possible way to get in there to give you a shot at the camels. So yeah, they have camels here in January and they give camel rides. I swear. And I don't know what's quite open yet, but the camels are certainly there. It ain't camel statues, they're real camels. And I'm just trying to see if there's a way to sneak in there. To get a shot of them on camera. Oh, I think there's a driveway for when it's open, but they have it blocked off. Yeah, so I'm gonna just point the nose in here real quick so you can see it. There they are. And hopefully it won't cause a traffic incident here, but you can see the camels, right? The guy behind me is not a big fan of that move I just made. Not a fan at all. And I don't blame her. But there wasn't really a place to park. And I just needed to point the camera for just a minute so you could see that. The camels. A terrible time of year to do unpredictable things on the road. I realize that. Is that an old Rolls Royce in front of us? I think it is. I think it's an old Rolls Royce. Can I see it? I can't quite. Silverback. I think that's a Rolls Royce. It's a vintage Rolls Royce. I bet, and it's so clean looking. I bet the ride is just so sweet. Look, side by sides in quartzsite. What a shocker. Now, camel over there is a statue. The camels down here are not statues. They're the real deal. And maybe you can get another glimpse as I drive by. I'm not sure how wide a shot I have. Probably not, but you got a glimpse of them. There they are, 3 of them. Wow. So, camels. That was not expected today, was it? You didn't expect my camera to fly off my car at 55 miles an hour, and you didn't expect to see camels. Well, travels with Dottie. Dottie delivers. You never know what you're going to get in quartzsite. You know, the Scooters restaurant, new restaurant here, sells camel burgers. And the meat is bought out of Australia. And now I don't know how I feel about that. Eating a camel burger and there's camels, real ones out there. I'm feeling a little weird. There's Silly Al's Pizza on the right. Iconic place to have pizza. Now, I like Outback Pizza, but I gotta side with my buddy Pup Camper 58, Cheryl's opinion that Silly Al's is the superior pizza. It just is. It's better. But Outback is good. I think it's a matter of taste. They're just prepared slightly differently. It's very hard for me to describe. There could be plenty of people that would feel the opposite. So don't think I'm putting down Outback Pizza. I don't. I go there as much as I go to Silly Al's. But she proposed to me that it really was better. And the next time I went, I'm going to go again Friday because it's her birthday. And she's having a lunch there. I think I just saw Kathleen drive by. Kathleen and Bob in their Class C. We will verify once we go into editing and take a look, but I'm pretty sure that was her in the driver's seat. And here we go. Family Dollar and Coyote Fresh Foods, where Dottie gets her, I think it's 93% lean ground beef. There's a camel, a fake camel out in front of. There are a lot of fake camels. Camels are a big deal here in Quartzsite. The whole HWY U.S. Army. The U.S. Army was experimenting with kind of desert warfare stuff and using camels. So they hired a guy to do a bunch of testing with camels out here in Quartzsite, and that's the whole HWY legend here. And it's been, Quartzsite's been associated with camels ever since. All right, Dottie, I'm gonna let I think it's cool enough. It's not even 70. I'm gonna let these down, turn it off, and I'll be right back. I'll be back. In our own Schwarzenegger. We'll be back. Phone, just in case. Here I am. Yeah, anyway, all right. Coyote Fresh once again. Gotta stay away from the fritters. Thank God there are no fritters. I won't be tempted. And we got sweet peas and green beans, and I got some other stuff that we can use with that.
They want all the cherry pudding.
All right. So, thank you, sir. So, what I showed you there was, first I wanted to give you a shot of the that wonderful hamburger they have here that I got for Dottie. And then I was saying I wanted to get stuff for dinner tonight, and I gave you a close-up shot first of the ribs that look so good, and then I went back when I realized with the light there was also some incredible looking meatloaf. So one little rack of one big chunk of the meatloaf is, I think, $4, and about the same for one of those little racks of ribs. And I wasn't saying anything just because there are people around me, and it just seems weird to be talking when people don't realize I'm filming. And I didn't film the transactions because I do not film employees in my YouTube videos. And I try not to film customers more than just a brief walking by them. So you won't see me do stuff like standing in line in front of people. And I need to do something about this, because that would have just completely come off if I hadn't redone that. I just want to make double sure I'm hooked up here. It's tight. I think I'll, on the internet, I'll look up tips for making the suction cups work better. Although I wouldn't be surprised if I get a comment from Ken describing what I should do. One thing I think is true, that a little bit of Vaseline makes a big difference, I think. I've heard that. I don't think I've tried it yet. So we're headed back to camp. That's in front of us is a Polaris Ranger, which I had one of those. I think it was a 900. I think that one's a little smaller. It was a 900. I had it in Idaho, and I had tracks for it. So in the winter, the wheels would come off, and the 4 tracks would come on, and it would go anywhere in the snow. And I marveled at how even with, you know, a few feet of powder up in the mountain, it would float on top of that. It was pretty remarkable. And I sold that when I bought my first trailer. I traded in a Nissan Pathfinder and the side-by-side with the tracks, and everything, for a big Dodge truck and a 27-foot Leighton Nomad travel trailer that was used. The dealership was selling, the car dealership was selling it. They didn't know anything about it. It was used, but the person that bought it never used it. There was still like the clear wrap on the appliances, so they had never used it. So it was essentially, I bought it used for new, but back then I knew so little. They probably could have really ripped me off. I have no idea what I paid for it. I can't remember. But it was a great trailer that I destroyed. How did I destroy the trailer? Well, I didn't pay attention to roof maintenance, and it got holes in the roof. And the first thing I knew there was a serious problem was I was watching TV, and water became dripping out of one of the light fixtures. So this is kind of a sad story, because I called my insurance company, and they came and looked at it, and they said they would replace the whole roof, and they allowed like $6,000, and I was able to buy, not an RV company, but a roofing company came, and they did it for that, and they upgraded the materials, the thickness of the membrane, and the quality. You know, it had like particle board up there, and they were using marine grade. It was just a beautiful thing. But here's the horrible lesson that I learned. When you have that much water intrusion in your roof, it may not be visibly evident when it happens, but that water gets down in your walls. And about a year after I had that roof replaced, and of course, you know, there was no adding on to the claim, my wall started delaminating. If you know anything about RVs, delamination is the kiss of death for an RV, and it's exceedingly difficult to repair. Just a sad state of affairs, and I loved that trailer. And had I not done that, I would probably still be in that trailer today. I ended up selling it for like $1,200, and it was a guy that ran a deer lease was using it for guys to stay in it on the deer lease, never to be towed anywhere. And by this time, it's probably rotting away in the woods or in a junkyard. But it was a sweet. In Leighton, they don't make trailers anymore. I think that was one of the last years they made them, Nomads. But it was a really comfortable, great trailer, significantly bigger than the one I have now. It was harder to tow. But the one I have now is 21 feet, and it's 7 feet wide. The Nomad was 27 and a half feet long and 8 feet wide. So that makes a big difference. That's a lot more room. It's a lot bigger. But it's a lot harder to tow. But I did have it out at quartzsite that one year that I came out for 3 weeks, a 3-week trip. before I retired in 2020, it was the Nomad I had out here. And then, of course, when I came back, when I retired 2021, it was the new Winnebago. And let me tell you why I'm hesitating right now. It's because I'm feeling a tickle in my throat that feels like I'm getting a sore throat. And I hope it is just because of all the dust in the air and I'm not getting sick. I don't feel sick, but I feel that sensation in the back of my throat that is the prelude to a sore throat. So I'm going to pull over here and I'm going to meet you in front of the car and I'm going to close out this video. This is just the pull out at La Posa South. So, you guys are awesome for watching my video. I really appreciate it. How long is it? Oh, I've started it and stopped it a couple times, so I have no idea how long it is. Probably close to an hour today, but thanks for coming with me. I can't wait to see the footage of the camera flying off. So we'll see you tomorrow. I'm grateful for you.